Now hope the screen is visible to everyone. Now proceeding with this problem, as in the last lecture, I told that is you should have to see this problem. Now see, as in a question it is mentioned, evaluate integral 0 to 1 integral 0 to 1 plus I x minus y plus I x square into dz. So this is our function is given, and the first condition is given, that is along the line from z equal to 0 to z equal to 1 plus I. So for better understanding, I'm just drawing a rough diagram here, or a graphical representation. So solution. So the solution I'm just representing. This is x-axis. This is y-axis. So you will understand very well. Now see, as in a first lecture I mentioned clearly, when the 1 plus I given means it is in terms of complex number, means x is equal to 1 and y is also equal to 1, because complex number is basically represented as, I'm just representing here, that is function is given integral, or x minus, or integral 0 to 1 plus I x minus y plus I x square into dz. So this is our main term which is given, and we have to evaluate. So as I mentioned, it is a complex number problem, so you should always remember, that is the limit point here, the initial limit point is 0 0. So I'm just writing here, that is the initial limit point is 0 0, and the final limit point is, and z is equal to given 1 plus I. This means or that is equal to means 1 comma 1. So hope things are clear to everyone. The initial limit point is 0 0, and the final limit point is given, that is 1 plus I, means 1 comma 1. So please remember this thing. If 1 minus I is the if, present here, then 1 comma minus 1, and if like minus 1 plus I means minus 1 comma 1, or 1 plus 2 I means 1 comma 2. So you should always remember that is the limit point of the function. So I'm just taking here, that is initial limit point is given 0 0, एंड फाइनल लिमिट पॉइंट इज 1 1. दिस मीन्स, इसका मतलब एक चीज होता है कि ऐसा पॉइंट है जो वन कॉमा वन पे बिलोंग कर रहा है, एंड इनिशियल इज जीरो, मतलब मीन्स दिस इज अ 0,0 और origin. So 0,0 and 1,1. So I'm just taking a point little bit here. So this is my 1,1. So just going to join this point. So this is 1,1. So this is B. I'm just A and B just representing, sorry, not B. This is A, and this point is by default 1,0, and this is a point of known as a C is 0,1. So hope things are clear to everyone how we design this kind of a diagrammatic representation. So moving ahead with this problem, so we have to find equation of the line OA, equation of the line. So I'm just writing here, right? Equation of the line, equation of the line OA is y equal to x. Hope things are clear, because when the point is 1,1 means it is clearly mentioned that it is a straight line passing through origin. So y equal to x, that is that is on OA, on OA y is equal to x. Y is equal to x. Therefore dy by dx is equal to 1. Therefore dy is equal to dx. So we have to simplify this part. इतना क्लियर है सबको? अगर किसी को कुछ डाउट है तो यू कैन आस्क एंड बी अटेंटिव इन अ क्लास. ऐसा नहीं कि जस्ट यू हैव टू जॉइन एंड जस्ट see what's going on, not your business and not your dealing things. So you should be attentive in a class. If you are facing any kind of doubts regarding any problems, you are I'm supposed to, or you are supposed to ask a question or a doubt regarding problem. Now I'm moving ahead. Okay. Now the next problem, next step. So dy by dx is equal to 1, because y equal to x means dy by dx is equal to 1. So dy is equal to dx. So we have to find the integral. So I is equal to the function which is given 0 to 1 plus I x minus y plus I x square into dz. And as in our first lecture I clearly mentioned dz means what. So here we have to substitute here y is equal to x or x equal to y bolo. Either you have to take y equal to x or x equal to y, it's up to you. So I'm just taking y is equal to x, so dy is equal to what, dx. and we have to see the limit point of y only. So see, the initial limit point is by default 0 0, means x be 0 hai, y be 0 hai, and the final limit point, it is clearly mentioned 1 comma 1. So I'm just writing y equal to 0 to y equal to 1. So hope things are clear, the limit point and all those things. So I is equal to integral 0 to 1 x kept as it is minus x, because y equal to x, plus I into x square into dz. Now dz is equal to what? As in a first lecture I clearly mentioned, if you remember these things, z is equal to x plus iy, x plus iy. Therefore dz is equal to dx plus I into dy. Dz is equal to dx plus I dy. Now dy is equal to what here? Dx. Therefore dz is equal to what? We have to substitute dy is equal to dx. So dx plus I dy. This means, sorry, I dx. Therefore this implies dx we are taking common, so remaining is 1 plus I. So this is our dz. So we have to substitute dz is equal to 1 plus I into dx. So hope things are clear to everyone. Now x get cancelled here. We have to multiply with this part. So I is equal to, sorry. So I is equal to integral 0 to 1 I x square. I into I is I square, and that is minus 1. So this part is by default as a treated as a minus x minus into dx. Now we have to integrate, or just we are applying the basic integration here only. So I is equal to integration of this part I x cube upon 3 minus x cube by 3, limit point as it is 0 to 1. So this will become equal to I is equal to I by 3 minus 1 by 3. I by 3 minus 1 by 3. And at the end I is equal to, you can just take 1 by 3 as a common factor. So 1 by 3 into 1 minus I. And this is our final answer for the first condition, when along the line from z equal to 0 to z equal to 1 plus I. So this is our first condition we solved. Now moving ahead with the next condition. Hope these things are clear. Now the second condition, solution of the second part. Now what is the second condition? Along the real axis, you can just see, along the real axis from z equal to 0 to z equal to 1, and then along the line parallel to imaginary axis from z equal to 1 to z equal to 1 plus I. Now see, as I mentioned in a first problem or in a second problem, the x-axis is treated as a real axis and the y-axis is treated as an imaginary axis. So x-axis is a real axis and y-axis is an imaginary axis. So along the real axis from z equal to 0 to z equal to 1, means the first condition or the first contour here, it is clearly mentioned the segment OB. OB के बारे में यहाँ पे डिस्कशन हो रहा है along the real axis from z equal to 0 to z equal to 1, because real axis this part, and then the say along the line parallel to imaginary axis. Parallel to imaginary axis means this part. So और y axis means BA segment के बारे में बात हो रहा है, मतलब पहला OB segment फिर BA segment के बारे में बात हो रहा है यहाँ पे. So we should be aware about real axis, imaginary axis. So according to that we can tackle this kind of a problem. Now moving ahead with the solution of this part. So I'm just writing here the contour is first segment OB and then segment BA. OB and BA. Now OB. So on OB, y equal to 0. Why I'm taking directly 0? Because as we mentioned clearly, आप जानते हो ये चीज clearly, that is on OB y equal to 0, because 1 comma 0 point था, आपने देखा था. Therefore dy is equal to 0. Therefore dz is equal to हमारा क्या था, dz is equal to dx plus I dy, and x varies from 0 to 1. So we have to find one by one. ठीक है, पहले सेगमेंट ओबी के बारे में हम लोग बात कर रहे हैं, तो ओबी के बारे में या फिर एक बार आप सबको डायग्राम में शो करता हूँ. ओबी, here O and B, this segment. So here y equal to clearly 0 है आपका, y part 0 है directly, because origin is 0 0 and this point is 1 comma 0, so 0 0. So y is equal to 0, therefore we substitute y equal to 0. So we have to simplify this part clearly, or we should give integral OB segment. I'm just writing here. So x minus y, this is our function, plus I x square into dz, ये हमारा फंक्शन था. लेकिन OB सेगमेंट के बारे में जैसे ही हम बात करेंगे, तो OB सेगमेंट में x वैरीज फ्रॉम 0 to 1, y तो 0 है आपका, तो y की जगह पे आप रिजल्ट 0 रख दोगे, तो दिस विल बिकम 0 to 1, x as it is. तो x plus I x square and dz is equal to clearly mentioned dz, तो dy भी 0 है, तो ये पूरा पार्ट 0 हो जाएगा और सिर्फ आपको क्या मिलेगा, dx. So we have to integrate this part. So therefore I'm just representing this part I1. I1 is equal to integral or integration of this part is x square by 2 plus ix cube by 3. Limit point as it is 0 to 1. Or after substituting this part, you will getting I1 is equal to 1 by 2 plus I by 3. So this is for segment OB, and I just represented I1. Now on BA, on BA, now BA segment अगर आप अच्छी तरह से देखोगे यहाँ पे, so you can just see BA segment. So x is equal to 1, y is also equal to 1, और x equal to 1 comma 1 है और 1 1 है यहाँ पे BA segment में, and y is clearly mentioned 0 to 1. So I'm just taking x equal to 1 यहाँ पे. On segment BA, x equal to 1. So therefore dx is equal to आपका क्या हो जाएगा 0. So dz is equal to क्या हो जाएगा dx plus I dy था, dx plus I dy, dx plus I dy, therefore which is equal to I dy. And y कहाँ से वैरी कर रहा है, and y varies from 0 to 1. So we should have to take the segment BA, same function x minus y plus I x square into dz, which is equal to segment BA में लिमिट पॉइंट आप क्या रखोगे 0 to 1 ही रहेगा आपका लिमिट पॉइंट. x का वैल्यू 1 है तो 1 kept as it is, so 1 minus y as it is plus I dz is equal to what, I dy. So I dy. So what we have to do the next step, so I'm just taking this as I2. I2 is equal to integral 0 to 1. Just we have to multiply this part, so I minus Iy and minus 1 into dy. Therefore integrating, या एक साथ इंटीग्रेट करना है, डायरेक्ट इंटीग्रेट आप कर सकते थे इसको. So I2 is equal to Iy minus Iy square by 2 minus y, limit point 0 to 1, constant of integration. So I2 is equal to, substituting upper limit, it will becomes I minus I by 2 minus 1. Therefore at the end, if I simplify this parts, I will get I2 is equal to, so 2I, क्योंकि I वाले पार्ट हैं तो 2I minus I, that is I by 2 minus 1. ये हमको रिजल्ट मिलता है I1 और I2 का. सो I2 हमको यहाँ पे है, I हमारे लिए यहाँ पे है, दोनों को हम रख के सिंप्लीफाई कर दें. सो at the end we will getting, that is adding two results, I is equal to I1, that is OB segment, and I2 will be B ए सेगमेंट। तो आई इज इक्वल टू क्या हो जाएगा, देखो आपके लिए, हमारे लिए आई वन का वैल्यू हमारे पास है 1/2 और प्लस I/3। 1/2 प्लस I/3 एंड I2 सामने ही है, प्लस I/2 or minus. So we have to simplify these two parts. So we will getting I is equal to what we will get, that is 1/2 just simplify, and we have to, you will get the result. So you can see that is 1/2 minus 1. So you will get 1 minus 2, that is minus 1/2. So minus 1/2 plus 5I/6. So this is our final result. We're getting the final result. Now, if anyone having any doubts regarding this problems, you can ask, then or we'll move for the next problem or third condition. Now the third condition is same but उल्टा किया है। इसमें पहले क्या था, along with the real axis था, then parallel to imaginary axis था। उसमें पहले कहा गया है along the imaginary axis, और उसके बाद कहा गया है parallel to the real axis. So this is the difference in the question. So moving ahead with the solution of the third part. एग्जाम में ऐसा नहीं है कि चारों कॉन्सेप्ट साथ में आते हैं। अगर 8 मार्क्स के लिए आएगा तो दो कॉन्सेप्ट साथ में आएगा, अगर 5 मार्क्स के लिए अगर आता है या 6 मार्क्स के लिए आता है तो सिर्फ एक कॉन्सेप्ट आपको आएगा, चारों में से कोई भी एक कॉन्सेप्ट आपको पूछा जाता है। तो सॉल्यूशन ऑफ द थर्ड पार्ट, सो आई एम जस्ट राइटिंग फटाफट हियर द contour here the contour is first segment OC and then segment CA. Then segment CA. Now see, पहला पैरेलल टू इमेजिनरी बोला है, सॉरी अलोंग द इमेजिनरी बोला है फर्स्ट कंडीशन में, तो OC हो गया आपका, और फिर पैरेलल टू रियल एक्सिस बोला है, इसलिए CA लिखा है। तो सिमिलर बेस से जाएंगे यहाँ पे, जैसे इसमें गए हैं उसी तरह इसको भी सॉल्व करने की कोशिश करते हैं। तो फर्स्ट OC, ऑन OC on OC x equal to 0, so dx is equal to 0, so dz is equal to, डायरेक्ट मैं लिख सकता हूँ भी dx, बिकॉज dz मतलब माइंड में याद रखने का dx प्लस I dy, सो सॉरी I dy आना चाहिए, dz means dx plus I dy, तो I into dy, बिकॉज x इक्वल टू तो 0 हो गया आपका, ओसी में देखोगे तो ओरिजिन है, और सी पॉइंट आप अगर अच्छी तरह से देखोगे तो वाई एक्सिस पे है, और वाई एक्सिस पे मतलब 0,1 रहेगा, तो x इक्वल टू 0 0 था, इसलिए x इक्वल टू 0, और y का लिमिट पॉइंट क्लियरली मेंशन है, y varies from 0 to 1. Y varies from 0 to 1. Now moving ahead with the next part, or integrating this part. So OC x minus y plus ix square, this is our function, into d into dz, which is equal to integral 0 to 1, x is 0, so this two part 0, so minus y into I dy. So integrating this part, just representing this is as I1 is equal to, integration क्या आएगा, I as it is minus y square by 2, लिमिट पॉइंट 0 to 1. Therefore I1 is equal to आपको क्या मिल जाएगा, minus I by 2. This is our I1, or the contour OC, or the segment OC integration, because this is a line integral, तो line का आप integration calculate कर रहे हो. Now the next part is on CA. On CA, on CA. सो सी ए अगर देखोगे अच्छी तरह से, आप थोड़ा सा भी ऑब्जर्व करते हो, तो ए पॉइंट तो 1,1 है, सी पॉइंट आपका क्या था, 0,1 था, तो y इक्वल टू वहाँ पे क्या रहेगा, 1 रहने वाला है, तो दैट पॉइंट y इज इक्वल टू 1, देयरफॉर dy इज इक्वल टू 0, तो dz आपका आएगा ओनली dx, बिकॉज dz इज इक्वल टू क्या होता है, dx प्लस आई dy, तो dy is 0, therefore you will getting only dx. So CA, y is equal to 1, dy is equal to 0. So here x varies from 0 to 1. So again the same integration, that is CA x minus y plus I x square into dz. So dz as it is, just taking this is 0 to 1, x as it is minus y is equal to 1, so minus 1 plus I x square into dz is equal to dx, so substituting dx, so just integrating this part as a I2 is equal to x square by 2 minus 1 as it is, so x as it is, plus I x cube by 3, limit point as it is 0 to 1. So we have to just simplify this parts. I2 is equal to, substituting upper minus lower, so 1 by 2 minus 1 plus I by 3. I by 3. Therefore I2 is equal to, just simplify this part, so 1 by 2 to minus 1 by 2, so I2 is equal to minus 1 by 2 plus I by 3. So this is a CA, contour segment of CA. Now we have to simplify or add the two segments, or adding the two results. So I is equal to I1, that is a segment OC, plus I2, the segment CA. Therefore I is equal to minus I by 2 plus minus 1 by 2 plus I by 3. So we have to just simplify this part. So I is equal to minus 1 by 2 take kept as it is. Just simplify this part. So minus 3 plus 2I remaining is minus I by 6. Simplify कर दोगे cross, so you will getting the same result. So minus 1 by 2 minus I by 6. So this is our final part of third final result of the third conditions. Now they will move ahead with the last condition. Solution of the fourth one. So the solution of the fourth one means here the counter. काउंटर यहाँ पे हाई क्या हो देखते हैं पहले. y along the parabola. तो पैराबोला की बात आ गई है यहाँ पे. तो यहाँ पे डायग्राम से मैं थोड़ा सा रिप्रेजेंट कर दूं आपके लिए. डायग्रामेटिकली अगर रिप्रेजेंट करूं तो कॉन्टोर आप देख सकते हो, समझ सकते हो. तो this kind of a parabola will be here. That is y square is equal to x. ये जो लाइन है ऐसा पैराबोलिक लाइन है, y square is equal to x. So you must be understand y square is equal to x. ऑलरेडी डबल इंटीग्रल में ये टाइप प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व किया है आपने. सिर्फ यहाँ पे कॉम्प्लेक्स को यूज़ करना है, बाकी और कुछ अलग नहीं है यहाँ पे. एकदम बेसिक इंटीग्रेशन है, सिर्फ कॉम्प्लेक्स नंबर का सहारा लेके करना है, नथिंग मोर. So here the contour is parabola. So here the contour is the arc OA. Arc OA of the parabola. आर्क OA क्या रहेगा वो भी आपको थोड़ा सा एक्सप्लेन कर देता हूँ. OA तो आपने देख लिया, स्ट्रेट लाइन पासिंग थ्रू द ओरिजिन है. तो OA सॉरी डायग्राम को और अच्छे से हम निकाल सकते हैं. Just omit this point and so the parabola will be started from here. So this is OA, this curve shape OA. So we have to consider this is our segment for this particular line integral, and this is a parabola. Because it is clearly mentioned, the equation is given. So as we aware about that is a complex number, hence z is equal to x plus iy. Therefore पैराबोला यहाँ पे क्या दिया है अपने को, y स्क्वायर इक्वल टू x. तो z इक्वल टू एक्स प्लस आई वाई, मतलब z इक्वल टू क्या हो जाएगा आपका यहाँ पे, y स्क्वायर इक्वल टू x. सो और x इक्वल टू वाई स्क्वायर. x इक्वल टू वाई स्क्वायर यहाँ पे हम लोग लेते हैं, या y स्क्वायर इक्वल टू रूट ऑफ x लिखना पड़ेगा. तो बेटर वी शुड अवॉइड अ रूट, तो इजी हो जाता है. अदरवाइज रूट आता है तो इंटीग्रेशन में भी दिक्कत वगैरह आपको कर सकता है. सो वी शुड अप्लाई हियर y स्क्वायर इक्वल टू x मीन्स x इक्वल टू वाई स्क्वायर. तो वी हैव टू राइट हियर y स्क्वायर प्लस आई वाई. कहने का मतलब ये है कि दो z इक्वल टू एक्स प्लस आई वाई, आइदर यू हैव टू कन्वर्ट इन x वेरिएबल, आइदर you have to convert in y variable. This is the main concept we have to explain. So what will be dz with respect to y? Dz with by dy, which is equal to 2y plus I. Therefore dz is equal to 2y plus I into dy. So this is the main concept. So dz की जगह पे हम लिख सकते हैं 2y plus iy, and y varies from 0 to 1, 0 to 1. So we should have to integrate this part directly, or I is equal to integral, that is 0 to 1 plus I हमको दिया था 1 plus I. Function was x minus x minus y plus I x square into dz. Okay, so I is equal to integral 0 to 1 plus I x minus y plus I x square into dz. Now we have to just substitute and simplify. So I is equal to integral 0 to 1. X is about y square. So y square minus y plus I x square. So x is equal to y square. So x square is equal to what? Y raised to power 4 into dz. Dz is equal to what? 2y plus I. So dz will be 2y dz will be 2y plus I into dy. So we have to just simplify these terms or multiply with both the terms, and you will get the results. So I is equal to integral 0 to 1, it will becomes 2y cube minus 2y square plus 2y raised to power 5 into I plus iy square minus iy minus y raised to power 4 into dy. So hope the multiplication term is clear to everyone. If you are facing any doubts, you can just ask, and if no questions, I'm proceeding with the final part or final integration of this respective part. So I is equal to I raised to power 4 by 2, because 4 2 by 4 becomes minus 2y cube by 3 plus 2, or can just cancel directly here. So y raised to 6 I by 3 plus I y raised to 3 by 3 minus I y square by 2 minus y raised to power 5 by 5. Limit point 0 to 1. So I is equal to 1 by 2 minus 2 by 3. I'm just writing the real part one side, minus 1 by 5. So this is my real part, and I'm taking I as a common factor in all the terms, so plus I as a common factor and substituting the imaginary value of 1 in imaginary parts. So 1 by 3 plus 1 by 3 minus 1 by 2, and we have to just simplify this part. So I is equal to, you can see that if there is any problem to sort out the three terms, you can go, you can use the calculator very easily, so that you will get the result properly. So something near about like 1 by 2 minus 2 by 3 and minus 1 by, it will become 5 4 9, and I think it will become 11. So because if I we sort out with all three terms, because if you are going to sort out these two terms, then you will get 3 minus 2, so it will becomes 1 by 5. And if further, if I am going to simplify this part, so 1 by 5 minus, sorry, 6, 1 by 6 minus 1 by 5, then 5 and 9, it will becomes minus 11. So at the end you will get the minus 11 upon, and simplification of these two terms, in the denominator is 6, so 6 5s are 30, so minus 11 by 30. And if I'm going to simplify this part, so 1 by 3 plus 1 by 3 we can add directly, that is a 2 by 3. So 2 by 3 minus 1 by 2, that is plus 1 by 6, means, or I by 6, so plus I by 6. So this is our final result when the contour is a parabola. So when the contour is a parabola. Hope the things are clear to everyone. I'm just going to explain one by one again, so you will get clear. In the first condition, z equal to 0 to z equal to 1 plus I. So according to that, we just draw the diagram, or the graphical representation of our problem, and we saw that is we saw that is the first problem is y equal to x. So the first problem was based on y equal to x, means a line passing through origin. According to that, we just use the complex number concept, z equal to x plus iy. So we got uh, dz equal to dx plus I dy, and we just substitute the proper result or proper variable which we have to use for integration calculation. So I is equal to integral 0 to 1 x minus x plus I x square 1 plus I into dx, and after simplification of this integration, we got the result of 1 by 3 into 1 minus I. In the second problem, the first the segment is parallel along the real axis and then parallel to imaginary axis. And in such a kind of a problems, basically y equal to 0, because when we are going to see, or when you people will see the segment OB, you can see that is a y is 0 0 and x is 0 to 1. So y is by default is 0, so dy is 0. Similarly, substitute in dz, so dx plus I dy, so dy part is 0 and x varies from 0 to 1. So in second and third problem, the segment is two part, OB and BA and OC and CA. So we just have to add I1 plus I2, so we'll get the exact result of that respective segments. So of the total segments, respective segments we calculated by I1 and I2. So the first, second and third problem is same, or the condition is same, just vice versa, because the condition was earlier in second problem is first along the real axis and then parallel to imaginary axis, and in third conditions along the parallel axis and parallel to along the imaginary axis and then parallel to real axis. So vice versa is there in second and third problem. And in last problem, if you observe, it is totally different, that is a parabola. So parabola y square equal to x, suppose in might be the problem will be x square equal to y. So parabola direction will be changed, and we have to see the limit point kept as it is. And because the 1 to 1 है तो limit point में तो कोई दिक्कत नहीं आएगा, but the thing is here it will becomes change, or x square will be y here. So we have to just simplify the term. Basically you should aware about that is a complex number. We have to convert the two variables in one variable. मतलब x plus i y के में इंटीग्रेशन नहीं करना है, otherwise it will create a problem, because this is not a double integral, this is just a line integral, contour integral. So we have to utilize according to that concept. So hope the things are clear to everyone for this problem. If anyone having any doubts regarding this problem, you can ask or write in a chat box. If no doubts, I will proceed with the attendance. So just waiting your response. पैराबोला का लिमिट एकदम इजी है. यू हैव अ लिमिट पॉइंट व्हाट, तुम्हारे पास लिमिट पॉइंट क्लियरली दिया है. द लिमिट पॉइंट इज गिवन x comma y. The initial is 0 0 and x comma y, the final is 1 1. So the limit point is y square equal to x. While you are to substitute, आप सबको किस में कन्वर्ट कर रहे थे, y में. तो आप यहाँ पे सब्स्टिट्यूट करके देखो. इनिशियल आप अगर जीरो रख रहे हो x, तो y आपको क्या मिलेगा, जीरो ही मिलेगा. या y इक्वल टू ऐसा रख लो रूट एक्स. अगर नहीं समझ में आता है तो इनिशियल आप क्या रखो, x को जीरो रखोगे तो y क्या मिलेगा आपको. इफ आई सब्स्टिट्यूट x इक्वल टू जीरो, y इज इक्वल टू व्हाट, जीरो. अगर आप x इक्वल टू वन इधर रख रहे हो तो y इक्वल टू आपको क्या मिलेगा, वन ही मिलेगा. सो दैट्स वाई इट इज़ अ वेरी सिंपल कॉन्सेप्ट. बिकॉज वन वन है ना, जीरो जीरो, ये ओरिजिन जीरो जीरो है एंड वन वन है लिमिट पॉइंट. तो एक्स का वैल्यू क्लियर है यहाँ पे, वाई का वैल्यू क्लियर है. सो अगर कोई अलग नंबर होता, अलग चीज होता तो शायद यहाँ पे चेंज होता. सपोज यहाँ पे जीरो जीरो है, यहाँ पे आपका टू थ्री होता या टू वन होता, तो एक्स का वैल्यू आपको एंड वाई का लिमिट पॉइंट आपको डिफरेंट आता था. क्लियर. ओके, एनीवन हैविंग एनी मोर डाउट्स. Just wait. I'm taking the attendance. Okay, now you can proceed with your next lecture. Thank you. Great.